The White Sox take on the Athletics Game 2, and that's going to be a 3:10 p.m. Eastern start time. And despite being down 1-0, the Athletics are the $1.25 favorite with the total at 7.5. We're hitting at 67% in our last 21 NBA tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. We're also 4-1 in our last 5 daily best plays on that site as well. And the good news is this: the daily best play costs just $1.99. For more information on how you can access this exclusive premium sports betting content, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, the White Sox are plus 105 for some money line cash. And if you like them to cover, they're minus $2 catching the 1.5 on the run line. Dallas Keuchel's on the bump for Chicago. Chris Bassett for the A's. And as good as Bassett's been, the A's rank in the bottom 10 in the league in hits on average per game. They're averaging just 7.1 hits per contest. Oakland's also won just 3 out of their last 9 ball games, and they average just 4.03 runs per contest at home. They're taking on a Chicago team who's got Dallas Keuchel on the bump for him today. 6-2 record this season with a 1.99 ERA and a 1.09 WHIP. The Sox have won 5 out of their last 7 games where Keuchel made the start. They also rank in the top 10 in run production, top 5 in hits. Jose Abreu led the club in hits in the regular season. He also led the team in homers, RBI, and on-base percentage. Abreu smashed 19 home runs and batted in 60. He ranked second in the majors in homers and first in RBI. Jose also had an on-base percentage of .370. And of course, Tim Anderson led the club in batting average. He was actually in the top 10 in the majors with a .322 batting average. The White Sox pitching staff also ranked in the top 5 in fewest hits allowed per contest and gave up just 3.7 runs per game when traveling. The Sox have cashed in on the run line in 68% of their games away from home, if you're thinking about throwing them in a parlay. And when it comes to the total in this one, 7 out of Keuchel's last 10 starts stayed under the posted total. Chicago's also 7-2 to the under in their last 9 against the American League. The A's on the other side are 5-1 to the under in their last 6 meetings with Chicago. They also went 12-6 to the under in their last 18 at the Coliseum. Give me the Underdog White Sox plus 105 and the under 7.5 in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for Wednesday's MLB Wild Card Baseball Playoff action. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy Hump Day to you. The weekend is right around the corner. Before we dive into some more free content right here on YouTube, just got to quickly remind you once again that we are hitting at 67% in our last 21 NBA tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. We're also 4-1 in our last 5 daily best plays on that site as well. The daily best play costs just $1.99. For more information on how you can join in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. And moving on, we're going to take a look at the Blue Jays Rays Game 2. 4:07 p.m. Eastern start time. Tampa's up 1-0 in the series. The Rays are minus 135 in this ball game. Total 7 runs. Tyler Glasnow for Tampa. Hyun-Jin Ryu for the Blue Jays. The Jays lost in 1 out of Ryu's last 2 starts. That loss coming against a sputtering Phillies team. The Jays are playing sub-500 baseball away from home, and they rank in the top 3 in walks allowed. They're giving up 5.2 runs per contest on average per game and nearly 9 hits a game as well. The Blue Jays have also dropped 6 out of their last 7 on the road. They're taking on a Rays club who's on a 5-game winning streak and also won 8 out of their last 10. They also won their last 8 straight ball games when Tyler Glasnow made the start. 91 strikeouts in just over 57 innings of work for Tyler. He finished the regular season with a 1.13 WHIP. Tampa's in the top 10 in striking batters out at home, and they give up just 3.5 runs per contest at Tropicana Field. And speaking of home games, the Rays are 21-9 at the Trop. They were 21-9 in the regular season. This Rays lineup ranks in the top 3 in most offensive walks at the plate. Brandon Lau led the club in everything in the regular season. He hit 14 home runs and batted in 37. He also had an on-base percentage of .362. Willie Adams also had 24 extra base hits in the regular season as well. If you're into historical trends, the Rays have won 15 out of their last 20 contests hosting the Blue Jays. Now, total-wise, 4 out of Tyler Glasnow's last 5 starts got over the posted total. Meanwhile, the Jays on the other side are 11-4 to the over in their last 15 themselves. Give me the Rays winning that one outright and the over 7 runs in that game. Next contest, Cardinals, Padres, 5:08 p.m. Eastern start time. The Pods are the $1.60 favorite. Totals 8.5 runs. Now, the Cardinals are plus $1.35 to win this one outright. And if you like them to keep it close, they're minus 150, catching the 1.5 on the run line. Kwang, Hyun, Kim for the Cardinals, Chris Paddock for the Pods. Now, Paddock's just 4-5 on the season, 4.73 ERA and a 1.22 whip. The Padres have lost 4 out of their last 5 at Petco. They're also taking on a Cardinals club who has Kim on the bump here tonight. 3-0 on the season, 1.62 ERA and a 1.03 whip. The Cards won 71% of their ball games where Kim made the start. The Cardinals are in the top 3 in fewest hits allowed per contest. They're giving up just 3.9 runs per game for the entire season. Paul Goldschmidt leads the club in hits, batting average, and on-base percentage. He's currently hitting .304 with an OBP of .417. Brad Miller's hit 7 homers for the Cards, and Tommy Edman knocked in 26. The Cardinals won 5 out of their last 7 away from home. And when it comes to the total in this one, St. Louis is 7-2 to the under in their last 9. The Padres on the other side saw their last 6 straight against the NL Central stay under the line themselves. They're also 12-6 to the under in their last 18 meetings with St. Louis. Give me the Underdog Cardinals plus 1.5 and the under 8.5 in that contest. Next matchup, Yankees-Indians Game 2. And that's going to be a 7:08 p.m. Eastern start time. Yankees up 1-0. They're also minus $1.20 on the money line. Totals 8 runs. Masahiro Tanaka takes the ball for New York. Carlos Carrasco for the Indians. Cleveland's lost 3 out of their last 5 ball games where Carrasco got the starting nod. He's officially just 3-4 on the season with a 1.21 whip. The Indians rank in the upper half of the league in most hits allowed per game at home. They've also cashed in on the run line in just 14 out of their last 31 at home as well. Cleveland's definitely had their problems offensively as well, really struggled at the plate this year. They're averaging just 3.9 runs per contest at home, and they rank in the bottom 10 in the league in hits per game. Now, the Indians have been victorious in just 6 out of their last 18 against the Yankees. And speaking of the Bronx Bombers, they've won their last 6 straight ball games against the AL Central. They also rank in the top 5 in scoring, top 3 in offensive walks at the plate. DJ LeMahieu led the club in hits, batting average, and on-base percentage during the regular season. And keep in mind, he was out for a good chunk of the season there with an injury. DJ hit .364 this year, which was first in the majors. He also had an on-base percentage of .421. Luke Voight smashed 22 home runs and batted in 52 during the regular season himself. He finished first in homers and 4th in RBI. The Yankee pitching staff also ranked in the top 5 in fewest walks allowed on the road, top 10 in road strikeouts. Masahiro Tanaka takes the mound for New York tonight, 3.56 ERA, 1.16 whip. The Yankees won 2 out of their last 3 ball games where Tanaka made the start. The Yankees also got the W in nearly 70% of their last 19 contests as well. Now, total-wise, Tanaka's last 3 straight starts got over the line. The Yankees are also 5-1 to the over in their last 6 road games. Meanwhile, the Indians went 6-1 to the over in their last 7 meetings with New York. 2 out of Carrasco's last 3 starts also got over the total as well. Give me the Yankees winning this one outright and the over 8 runs in that game. Next and final matchup for the show, Brewers Dodgers, 10:08 p.m. East. The Dodgers are minus 220, totals 8 runs. Milwaukee's plus $1.90 for an upset win. And if you like them on the run line, they're minus 110, catching the 1.5. Brent Suter for the Brewers, Walker Buehler for Los Angeles. LA's won their last 6 straight ball games where Buehler made the start. He's got a 3.44 ERA and a .95 whip. The Dodgers are in the top 3 in fewest runs allowed per contest, top 3 in fewest hits allowed per game. They're giving up just 3.2 runs per contest at home and just 3.8 hits per game in that same category. LA also went 21-9 at Dodger Stadium this year, and they finished the 2020 regular season with the best record in baseball at 43-17. Corey Seager led the club in hits, batting average, and RBI. Seager hit .307 during the regular season and knocked in 41. Mookie Betts and A.J. Pollock each smashed 16 home runs, and Chris Taylor had an on-base percentage of .366. The Dodgers are in the top 3 in scoring, top 10 in hits. They also won 6 out of their last 7 at Dodger Stadium. They're taking on a sub-500 Brewer team who barely snuck into the wild card after some help from some other sputtering ball clubs. The Brewers have cashed in on the run line in just 13 out of 30 road games this year, and they rank in the top 3 in most strikeouts per game. They're averaging 9.7 strikeouts per contest, nearly double digits they're averaging for the entire season. Now, the Brewers are also averaging less than 7.8 hits per contest when traveling. Milwaukee's lost 4 out of their last 5 head-to-head meetings with LA. Now, total-wise, Brent Suter's last 3 starts all stayed under the posted number. The Brewers also saw their last 5 straight road games stay under the line as well. Meanwhile, the Dodgers on the other side went 5-0 to the under in their last 5 meetings with the NL Central. They also went 60% to the under at Dodger Stadium for the entire year. So with all that said and done, give me the Dodgers -1.5 in the under 8 runs in that game. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you guys decide to get a package here today, just keep in mind, we'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. Most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.